So, like always, I just now finished watching AEW Dynamite. Awesome show. I'm just going to say it right now. That was an awesome show. It kept me entertained. There was only one segment where I was like, what are they doing? And that was the Kenny Omega, Eddie Kingston, Nakazawa, and John Moxley segment. I'm not going to talk all negative. Don't want to talk negative about it. That's just the one segment where I scratch my head like, what are y'all doing out there? What are y'all doing? And it was right after that fire promo by Chris Jericho, which we're going to break it down. As always, if you like this video, you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want something you want to add to the conversation, don't be afraid to put that comment down below in the comment section. Last night AEW. Now AEW for me, it's always a hit and miss. Sometimes they hit the mark, sometimes they don't hit the mark. That's just my personal opinion. But last night, the promos that AEW was spitting out there was for the most part all fire. I mean, you could have caught a burn, a third degree burn out there. You would have got close enough to your TV. You know, just starting right off the bat, I already mentioned it. It was Chris Jericho in the inner circle with the parlay. I don't know what parlay means. Is it French? I think it's French. With the Pinnacle. And to my surprise, who opens it up? Shawn Spears. Believe it or not, Shawn Spears is still alive. He's still in AEW. He comes out and he spits this. He's pretty good. It was a pretty good slam on Sammy Guevara, saying, you know what? Chris Jericho, this man right here, he's leading you into deep water. When's the last time you even had a match? Sammy Guevara, when's the last time you've had a match? This man's leading you in the deep water, and when you're swimming and you're trying to survive, next week at Guts and Glory, I think it's Guts and Glory, might be Blood and Glory, but I'm pretty sure it's Blood and Guts. It's Blood and Guts. I'm going to be the one that steps on your head and helps you drown. I tell you right now, Shawn Spears showed what he could do on the microphone, but Sammy Guevara, boy, Sammy Guevara didn't take no time at all. He came out there swinging. He said, what have you done since you've been at AEW? You failed. And matter of fact, didn't you fail at your last job too? Talking about his WWE days. Boy, nothing shuts a band down faster than that. Now, Hardwood and FTR, the team of FTR, they had a pretty good promo. I think they got the point across. They had a better promo than Ortiz and Santana. MJF would then would take the microphone and call out Chris Jericho and say, hey man, the Inner Circle has been the best team in AEW. Chris Jericho, you're the bridge that brought fans to AEW, that gave us all a job and all a chance. You were the one. And I thank you for that. But Chris, you're tired. I can see it in your eyes. You got so much going on. Then Chris Jericho would call out MJF. Words, ladies and gentlemen, words cannot describe how good Chris Jericho is on the stick. He would say, you called me out for being a curtain jerker back in 1996. And you're right. And thank God I was. I have no shame in it because it helped me learn and get to where I'm at today. It got me to the point. But what you failed to mention was I was main eventing in New Japan. I was main eventing at other big events back before 1996 as being a curtain jerker, and thank God for that because it helped me learn. It taught me life lessons. And while you think that everything needs to be handed to you just like your trust fund from your mommy and daddy, how you think that you should just be handed these opportunities, how you should be handed being at the top. Now, I'm paraphrasing. I can't quote word for word. I recommend that if you haven't watched it yet, even if you're not an AEW fan and you're wanting this to be a podcast where I slam AEW, I'm not going to do that. Chris Jericho should be the talk of the week based on his promo alone. My God, he embarrassed MJF. Last week, MJF owned Chris Jericho. This week, Chris Jericho owned MJF and the whole Pinnacle, for that matter. The whole Pinnacle. He brung life into it. He brung in real life situations into it where his life over there in Saudi Arabia was threatened. And how Jake Hager had his back then. How these boys in a circle, they're a family. He owned MJF. He shut MJF up. And I don't know if it was a shoot or a work when he said, no, you're not ending my promo. You're not cutting this promo short. Chris Jericho ended that promo the way Chris Jericho wanted to end that promo and when Chris Jericho wanted to end that promo. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't went and seen it, go look it up on YouTube. AEW, Chris Jericho, MJF, the parlay. You'll thank me later. You won't. I don't care if you guys skip ahead, because that's when AEW really was getting good. AEW started off with a match between boy, it's so good. I'm trying to think who the first match was. It was Hangman Adam Page and Brian Cage from Team Taz. Decent match, wasn't the way it started out, but Pentagon Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. Do yourself a favor, check that out too. Great match. I really love the way they're handling Pentagon, except that he lost last night. And I know that's a spoiler alert. Probably shouldn't have said that, but it is what it is. Speaking of 5 promos and Team Taz on top of all things else, Christian and Taz, after the whole Kenny Omega debacle, like I said, it just kind of took me out of, that whole thing just took me out. Maybe some people liked it. I couldn't get into it. Seemed like it was just real awkward that no one really was, no one's going to believe that Kenny Omega is going to lay there and let his ankle get broken while Don Callis tries to work something out. But anyway, they had this promo backstage, and Taz is starting to ream on Christian Cage, and Christian Cage stops him and says, Taz, I've known you for a long time. And used to be back in the day, you talked the big talk, and you backed it up, and you made it look easy. That's the short version of it. Christian Cage also went on to say, but nowadays, you talk a big talk, and backing it up, not so much. The fact that you want me in this team, on your team, is because I came back from a 7-year retirement and came back and did something you can't do. You can't come out of retirement. You haven't come out of retirement, and you can't have the success that I'm having now. And the fact that you are like a leech, and I'm paraphrasing, and sucking out of the success of this team, and Christian Cage said, the team that you have, Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage, they're all going to have success in AEW, and like you always do, you're going to come out and take their credit away from them, and make it your credit. I'm fired up, boys. I'm fired up right now. Christian Cage has added so much, and AEW, since they're not in this Wednesday Night War anymore, I believe they have been slowing it down, and they're letting you breathe it in, and everything has gotten at a slower pacing, and it's better than it has been before. Christian Cage promo on Taz, he's completely just ruined Taz. I imagine Taz will answer back next week. But he said, you're not the center of attention. And I hope these boys realize sooner than later that they don't need you. I hope they realize sooner or later that they need to get rid of you. That you're not helping them. That you're actually limiting them. And like I said, I'm paraphrasing. I want you guys to go check this stuff out. Go look it up. If you don't watch AEW, like I said, you're a WWE hardcore fan and you don't watch AEW, do yourself a favor. Go check out what happened on AEW and just them 3 segments of which I talked about. You don't have to watch the whole show. Go look it up on YouTube. Go if you have it on DVR and you ain't watched it yet, go watch it. Do yourself a favor. The promos this week is really what set AEW apart. Is really what made them stand out to me. The matches were good, but this week it was more about the promos, more about the stories. And you're watching these people, these legends, Chris Jericho and MJF, who's going to be a Hall of Fame caliber talent. Don't make no mistake about it. I can't say the rest about the Pinnacle, if they will be or not, but I will say that, you know what? They're going to be a Hall of Fame talent. It was an awesome show last night. I highly recommend it. I tell you right now, go watch it. Go see what it's about. Chris Jericho's promo, boy. And Christian, it's only a matter of time for Christian and Chris Jericho have to cross paths, in my opinion. I want to see that. I want to live it. I want to dwell in it. I want to soak it in like a sponge. I'm telling you, do yourselves a favor. Don't miss out on what was said. In the words of Booker T, don't miss out. Don't get shut out. Now, I can't wait to see what happens at Blood and Guts next week. I'm hooked. I want to see it. I'm excited about it. I hope they don't let me down like the Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch did. So I'm really hoping it does good. It's going to be like War Games, what you see on NXT. So they're kind of taking that. But I hope they put AEW's twist on it. And I'm sure they will. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Tell me what you think below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And peace out, homies.